Testing. There. The audio works. All right. So rhythmic improv and notation in 5/4 in the lab. Got my student up over there. Doing some crazy. This looked like. Thank you, Trevor. Very helpful. Hella good 5/4 rhythmic stuff. All sort of like beginnings of phrases. I have this Martin has where'd it go? Sanctus Benedictus. It's like 5/8 stuff with the camera. Which is essentially 5/4. And it is in metric modulations. So I can get ideas from that. But what I had notated, or what we had notated, a lot of people helped with, except Dr. Furman, is this gonna work? Oh, this is sorry. This one, let's see. Yeah, cool. Okay. Oh wait, get out of here. Okay, so all this stuff, it's all good to go. Intro, beginning, sped it up a little bit so that it's 110 was a little slow. And then, so here, where we got stuck in this terrible, no, not terrible, nice loop, where it was this crescendo to a 5/4 pattern where this viola rhythm just kept going and going for like 1,000 measures. Really interesting chords and bass line stuff. But now we're gonna make these 5/4 variations expand and include this melodic line. So I'm just gonna start literally like singing and clapping, and till this person here tells me to shut up. But he's got earphones, so I think he's cool. Okay, so let's play. Could not find things. Surely there exists. Oh, computer's so slow. Like that video editing. So. Jeez. Okay, wrong measure. Let's start from the beginning. From the very, 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 very beginning. What? So the rhythm fits, and the melody fits in with that. Not there, this chord is weird. So all those pieces of this fit, and yeah, I think they sound really good. So what's going to happen is here where this is just really basically dividing it up like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then this thing is like a syncopated beat that just kind of keeps it, so it makes it smooth, I guess. But this melodic line, all these things need to be expanded on. So let's see. Can I just start a metronome and start doing this? First of all, what's the tempo here? Like, let's say, so we've got what here? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 29. We've got so this is 1:30 approximately. Let's say Thursday. Oh, my window back. There. Okay. So a minute after for people in the hallway. A minute and 30 of music, and so we could bring down Furman like 3 idea for a B section, because a dance project needs to be 3 or 4 minutes. So note here, really small, 3 to 4 minutes Thursday plus B section idea. Then dance project questions. So I have to compose one piece this semester, and I already told them that they can't bail because one time in the last one did 2 projects, and one of the people I didn't know until the actual performance that was got the performance off by approximately a minute. Not even, it was like, oh, it's gonna be a minute shorter. It's just like, it's like some amount of time shorter, like a minute. And that goofed me up because it was a build up piece. So to stop it at like a minute 30 seems, well, anyway, that's not going to be a problem. So I have 3 to 4 minutes for this, which this project still needs all kinds of stuff. Like during the last few concerts, I thought it was really cool visualizing the environment of some of the music, like the Canticum in particular, like envisioning all that, like the shipwreck and the ship, just sort of like Titanic, but more graphic or something like that. Or something like if the Titanic was rated like, you know, unwatchable, but it's realistic. That was realistic. So let's see. So let's say we got 3 to 4 minutes of an A section. Oh yeah, I have that, and the reggae project for should we call it for Thursday. You know what, this one, I think this song really like stands a good test because I've written a lot of songs and then listened to them later and thought like, oh, it doesn't have enough energy or something's like wrong. When I say it, like listen to something you're making and it sounds good, and then later it doesn't, or something like that. Like doesn't sound as good, or it's like not enthused about it. That sort of, I don't feel like that really happens anymore. I feel like now when I'm writing stuff, like I don't know if it's the fact I had to get in the practice of like not erasing everything and not erasing practically, but no, I erase a lot of things, but not erasing like entire sections of things or pieces of things because it is wasteful sometimes. A lot of times, it's like if it ever sounded good, then it would stay sounding good. Maybe just like adjust it a little bit or something. What was my point? Oh yeah, that this song, I listened to it and I was like, damn, like it sounds even better than it did. Like, let's see. Oh, I did not bring my iLok key. No. I hate you, Pro Tools. Oh. That's fine. Well, didn't need to play it. We'll play it later. But let's say, so for piano collaboration, let's just notate everything for 4 hands. That's chords, bass line. And I will sing the melody. So that'll be a treat. It's very exposed. It's like, just be this melodic line, like, no, it could sound good actually. I'll record it if they'll let me. That'd be cool. Hopefully yeah, I can record myself. Well, I have to, like, just can't be obnoxious about it. That's all. Well, sometimes I can't even. That's cool. So that's everything. That's all the notation stuff for this week. 3 to 4 minutes of this piece, string piece, piano collaboration stuff. I already forgot something. No. Okay. So let's look at the notation. Notation. Nope, not Skype. Get out of here, Skype. All right. Just start the metronome. I'm actually not on any of the time rush except for my battery will die after a while. Damn. It's going strong. 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours to go. 2 hours to go. What? So where we at? Where my notation at? There you are, Skype. Get out of here. You're gonna pop up. Intrude on my world. What the fuck? Oh, here I said. Okay. Metronome time. Metronome time. Is there not a tempo shift? Oh, go hang out. 130. I swear there was a tempo shift at the crescendo. No. Okay. So we're at 130. 130. And I'm just gonna write these ideas in like a sequence for the next couple of pages over this notebook. Because notating it in finale is slow, and like I think it's good advice. Dr. Furman said notate everything as sort of like the last step a lot of times, because then you're not like transforming it in the computer so many times over, and it's not turning into these like. You have one thing it's easy to mix myself up, and then also it can be just really tedious and a lot of work, and the notation I would rather do last. I'd rather have like a really good idea. Be like, this is what it like sounds like. I can like dance to it from my inside, and then notate that later. Excuse me. So we go start at measure 23. No. Okay. Sound cool. Right here. Start there. So I am now a cello, 2 violins, and a viola, or anything, and then just translate it into that. No, not translate. What is the word? Arrangement? Arrangement, I guess. Forget. Oh man, it's terrible. I'm in here supposed to be tutoring. Someone will come in here, they'll be like, what's the difference between an orchestration and arrangement? And I'll be like, well, I quit. All right. Metronome. 5/4. Oh, yeah, here, advertisement. And it's gotta be advertisement. Everything. Candy Crush Jelly Saga. What is that thing? Like an ice cream cone? Okay. 130. 5/4. And this is not going to do the accent on 1 and 4, but it will do the accent on 1. Ooh. That's eighth notes. But no, let's start with quarter notes. Let's get like our big subdivision working. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. 1. Let me bring this screen back. Oops. Oh, I can hear the opera theater people practicing. Yes. Opera theater people, I love you. When I say Jose, when I get some, when I get my lips cadence, cadence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So I like, let's see. Yeah, 16th notes on 5, 2 of them, and an 8th note rest. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it. 1, 2. Yeah. So just throw that in after a few measures. So let's do. I'm gonna start right now. Should be the screen. Show what I'm writing? Is it impossible to see? It's trippy from this angle. Okay. So we got 5, 4, 130, going 1, rest, rest, 4, rest, 1. We'll do that. I'm feeling I want to make things square. Even if I'm going to goof with the rhythms, I want to make the textural changes happen on symmetrical beat numbers. So let's say like we have 4 measures of a certain rhythm and texture, and then I have 4 measures of the next rhythm and texture, but not switching it up a lot, not going like 4 measures of rhythm and then 5 measures of a different rhythm and then 3 measures of a different one and then blah 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 and blah blah blah. This is not Rachmaninoff. We're not going to change tempos 900 times. And this way the performers, they can just they don't have to concentrate on the symmetry. I found out that that's like really big deal. Like performers have to concentrate on symmetry, unless I want to stand up there and conduct them, which I won't. They do really nicely on their own. I'd like to free up their time a little bit and give them just like some really key points to focus on and be kind of strict about those things, and let them do their interpretive thing for some other parts. But the symmetry, well, let's say that, okay, both of my string quartet, string, string. This from Dr. Furman, who speaks Argentinian English. String quartet, both of them were super asymmetrical. Practically didn't even have downbeats a lot of times. The entrances were on like the upbeat, preceding the measures and stuff like that. Like it actually was really tricky. And then I looked at Genevieve's music because I was watching her conduct, and it looked so effortless. Like she, I'm sure it took some concentration. She's standing there going like blah 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 Oh, it's the fourth measure, so we texture change, kaboom. Oh, and then we'll do this for a little bit. Oh, it's the fourth or 16th or 8th or 20th or fourth, whatever square measure. So we texture change, and it was really efficient and really clean. Like, didn't have a problem because of those symmetrical measure numbers. And I mean, I don't know how well the players played it. I honestly don't. I watched them; it seemed pretty good. In my performance, I watched the players play it, and um, for the actually, I think the rhythms were pretty damn accurate for the most part. In fact, what did we have trouble with in the final performance? Well, all the performances they had gotten every performer had gotten their part right. Um, but for the next recital, I have to be careful that it's like clean. It just has to be sort of like clean. Um, and part of how I would achieve that is by writing these next things. The cues will be more intuitive. Like they'll be able to count like 1, 2, 3, 4 measures, texture change, and so on and so on. But the really important part is like it'll help them keep together. They'll be fit right together. They won't be thinking about where do I fit in. They'll be thinking about just like, oh damn, like I gotta like now I'm rocking this dynamic or this articulation or these pitches or rhythms or whatever. But um, when I have that sense of expectation and so let's say at 1:30, how many measures? At approximately 1:30, or let's say approximately 1:30, then about 40 measures equals a minute 30. But we're in 5/4, and we can divide things up by groups of 5. 5 measure phrases, but only keep it consistent, like 5 measure phrase, 5 measure phrase, and so let's say uh, 40 measures at 1:30 is a minute 30. It's gonna be more like a minute 15, because part of this is at 1:15. So let's aim for 40. Well, let's divisible by 4. 40 measures would be 10. Could be 10 units of 4. But so what? Well, let's say approximately touchscreen. I love you where inside. Okay, yeah. Approximately 40 to what's divisible by 4 up there? 54. 9 times 5 is 45. 10 times 4, 40. 12 times 4, 48. 60. 60 divided by 4. 14, 16, 56. Let's say 40 to 56 measures. That means that if it's groups of 4, then we'll have 10 to 14 measures. And if it's groups of 8, we'll have 5 to 7. And if it's groups of 5 measures. We'll have 8, 2. Well, that could be 55. 5 to 10, 8 to 11. If it's 10 measures, we'll have very small. But I don't think it's not going to be 10 measures, except maybe the last one. We're going to stretch that one out to 10 measures. This is very typical. You know, it's almost no, it's a development, not a theme and variation. That would be cool, theme and variation. But no, this one. So it's a development. Pause. So no. So what is our? Let's look back here. Screen sharing. I love this Hangouts on Air thing. It's so useful to not have, or to be uninterrupted by the technology shifting back and forth from one thing to another, like from screen share to some other apparatus for camera. And also, it has a decent frame rate and it looks good. Okay. So, our opening motive, which I'm just going to call this da-na-na-na, 1 2 7 1, da 3 2 3 2 1 3, works its way up to 5 with little chromatic things. The whole point is to outline Phrygian. The 2 is there, the 7 is there, and so da-na-na-na at its what are our motives here? What kind of motives do we have? What's your motive? Okay, we'll keep going. First one at the very one, we have a one measure motive. Yeah, set, and that stretches out to be a 4 measure motive. 4 measure. Ooh, what are we at here? Phrase, periods. It makes a period. They individually, the groups make phrases. Oh, I always forget which are just the. No, that's all. That's all I'm gonna label it here. Phrases, periods. There's not really particular. There's sort of like mini cadences within each phrase. Like it stops on a note and then holds for a second. So these are almost just like little variations of that one motive. But it does stay, it travels to the next chord. So it starts in 1. Singing it bad. Oh, just singing it terrible. I should start. That motive in 1 for 4 measure. This, it helps me really like lock it into my brain. Then when I get to presentation time in a comp forum, I can just run there and be like, bing, bang, boom, boom, bang, bing. What's your question? Bing, bang, boom. That's how I did it. That's how I do. Bing, bang, boom, bop, boing. And technical terms are worth it because when you have to sit and fish for words out of your brain, talking to the professor in the lesson, it can get kind of crazy. Start feeling like you're walking through some tangly plant. Pretty. One. How many measures noted in 5? 1, 2, 3. Back 1, 2. Hey, yeah, sign this little index. Yeah.
We don't have to put the timer in.
What time is it? 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
What are y'all working on?
Music tech.
Music tech. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Are you be on headphones or?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been sort of narrating to myself my creative process. I've been trying to be kind of quiet about it, but
For sure. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna bother me.
yeah,
Silence is a little bit more bothersome for me. Actually.
Yeah, that's
Usually
true.
it's-
So you're like, oh, anxious.
I notice that people seem to sometimes if I start making a bunch of noise with people working in the lab, like they'll start making noise and it gets more energetic or something. So
Invitation's a little loud.
sometimes people are just sitting there like, you know, dying, their projects like
Slowly
falling
dying.
apart. Yeah. Okay. What was I doing? Okay, so it's 1, 2. Check out here the mouse point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really, 6 measure. 6 measure phrase. 5. That's bad. Power 54. Dang. That's pretty good. Six measure more than 5. But we're gonna move it around a few chords. So let's move the rhythmic texture and the chords at the same time. So like, let's say here's the intro. This starts out in 1. So instead of moving to 5, move to like, what did Dr. Benson say? He said something about the 3 chord and how it's ever useful, he said sarcastically. It made me really curious. Misinterpret. Alright, so next time around, let's actually, can I just bring up a note? I just want a note, one note. What? I never started the broadcast.